We managed to meet up with the others without incident, all of us pairing off as usual. Laurence and I walk a few paces behind Arabella and Ernest, who I cannot believe are still so full of energy after walking for so long. For a while now, I've been telling Laurence of Ernest's attempted proposal and my clumsy entrance into the middle of it. Oh, I do feel for the poor Colonel. As did I, along with Arabella, who's been so happy for his attentions. I doubt she'll have much to worry over. Any man who seems in love as the Colonel is will certainly try again. You sound as though you speak from experience? Not experience, no. But maybe it soon will be. I can understand the meaning to his words, the realization making my stomach flutter and my heart skip a beat. He takes my hand in his, drawing me to a sudden stop on the path. I realize I often speak lightly on many topics, including those close to my heart. But you must know I would never jest about my feelings for you, Catherine. What I feel for you is so powerful I fear it may consume me at times, and I would be happy for it to do so if it meant I could have your heart in return. Laurence, what? He swallows hard, stepping so close it makes my pulse race. I took on the role as the society swindler because my life held no meaning. There was nothing to give me purpose. But you have given me purpose. Having you in my life would give it such meaning I could fill 100 novels and still not fully express it. His words spin in my mind, my fingers clasping his tighter in uncertain excitement. Miss Bennet, what I am asking is... Come along, Catherine, Mr. Amsbury. It's growing dark, and we really should be going... Dang it, Arabella! Just because I interrupted your marriage proposal, you shouldn't interrupt mine! Oh, gosh, no! He takes a stumbled step back, glancing over his shoulder to where Arabella called to us. I feel suddenly much more attuned with Colonel Foxley. Oh, he was definitely gonna propose. Definitely, 100%. Night settles in faster than expected, and we end up walking through the remainders of the park in near darkness. Lawrence's arm settles about my waist as we walk, keeping us steady through the gloom as we try to stay on the path. I think I see the main street just ahead. There's a collective sigh of relief, the cold beginning to settle upon us as heavy as the dark. We make it only a few steps further before a shadow blocks our way. It's the evil swindler! I knew it! Oh my gosh, it is totally his friend. I barely believe my own eyes as I stare at the society swindler before us. Yes, it's Pierce! No, not the real swindler. This must be the imposter. I glance at Laurence, seeing the shock on his face, as he also must be realizing that the man before us is the fake. What a surprise to come across a group such as yourselves dallying in the shadow of a park. Men and women of good sense would never linger here after sunset. Ernest steps before us all, his stance wide and protective. You are a menace that will no longer be tolerated. If I had my weapon, sir, I should... You're far braver than any I've encountered yet, Colonel. But do not be foolish. The imposter raises the gun as he holds, and he gestures it at us. And unlike when Laurence stopped us as the swindler, there's a true danger around this man. These things are quite unwieldy. I would not wish for an accident. The Colonel doesn't move, but his shoulders hunch in obvious uncertain tension. Now then, let us move on to payment for your safe passage from the park. Fear coils through me as the imposter's gaze searches through the shadow and lands on me, his focus intent. Ah, there you are. Laurence shifts before me, half hiding me from view. Now, my good man. He casually pulls the gun a little higher. I must have a moment with her. Laurence does not move, his arm sweeping behind him to push me further back. Tension prickles, as chill as the night air, and I realize I must do something before anything terrible occurs. Oh no, I'm gonna fight with him. Oh, I refuse to give you anything. The Colonel's right, you are a menace, now let us pass. At my refusal, Laurence steps further forward, gripping his cane tightly in his hand. You have your answer. The false swindler examines us for a moment before letting out a long sigh. It was not a request. He points the gun at the ground before my feet in warning. I would advise caution. These weapons are not known for their accuracy. And I truly do not want anyone harmed on her behalf. He does not need to say anything else, and I shuffle out from behind Laurence towards him. Laurence grasps my hand to stop me as I pass. Catherine. He only wishes a moment of my time. I shall be quite fine. I straighten my expression, a seriousness now on my face. This is my decision, Laurence. It is a long moment before he gives me a small nod of his head and steps aside. With the decision made, the false swindler moves closer towards me. The others are reluctant to move aside, but do so as he once again grips the gun in threat. He pulls me further away from the group, obviously hoping not to be overheard. "This is a most wise decision, Miss Bennet." I tense a little at his use of my name, uncertain how this fraud would know of it. "You asked for my time, though not eagerly, so what did you wish with it?" I gasp as his arm sides about me, tugging me close towards him. Unlike with Laurence, there's no chance for me to move away from him as he clasps me tightly against him. "Apologies for the proximity. I would not do so unless required." His tone shifts from the strong, commanding one from before to something much more tense. "I only wish to show certain people the fickleness of a woman's heart by stealing yours." "What? No! You fiend! My heart's already been stolen by another." I stare up at him, unable to make out his features through the shadow. "My heart has already been stolen by another." There's a moment of quiet from him before his arm tightens even further around me. "I do not believe your feelings to be so true. Are you certain they will not be swayed by such a gesture as this?" He leans close, his voice like velvet as it washes over me. Ugh, creepy. Still, I can sense the reluctance in his voice and cannot fathom as to why he's doing this. "I'm in love with another, and it shall never change." I cannot help my gaze shifting to Laurence. "Now you have an answer. Please unhand me." "But you are so swayed by him as the swindler. Why not me?" "My love is not fickle, even if you may wish it to be. And I resent your implication that my feelings are so shallow." I try to push against his chest, but he seems too lost in confused thoughts to notice. I struggle again, but barely manage to move an inch away. A voice suddenly breaks through our tense discussion, and we both glance sideways to see Arabella striding with purpose towards us. "Catherine has been more than generous with her time. Now let her go." "My payment was for her time, not yours. Please move aside, Lady Ashbourne." She does not, and instead only advances closer with Laurence and the Colonel following her. "I shall do no such thing until you unhand my friend, you brute." "Arabella." She suddenly grabs his arm and makes to yank it off from around me. An apparent instinct rather than intention, he flinches away from her grasp, taking me with him. Arabella only follows, and I attempt to yank myself free as she grabs at him once more. In the following scuffle, the false swindler trips back, his arm pulling free. His gun jerks in his hand. "Oh no!" he shot Arabella. "Arabella! Why is she not waking? We must get her back to the house. Arabella, please. I will go for the physician. Please wake up. Arabella. Arabella."